All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Sportsdom coming back with another video. And this is my Buffalo Sabres at Ottawa Senators preview. Tonight is the night, guys. I can feel it. Tonight is the night. Win, and you're in the playoffs. Beat the Ottawa Senators, and the 14-year drought is a thing of the past. So, they win tonight, they clinch. Or if they get a point in any aspect and some other things happen, they're in anyway. But they can control their own destiny tonight. Win, and you're in. It's that simple. So, the potential playoff clinching lineup looks like this, guys. On the first line, we got Tage Thompson centering Peyton Krebs and Alex Tuch. On the second line, we got Ryan McLeod centering Jason Zucker and Jack Quinn. On the third line, we got Josh Norris centering Zach Benson and Josh Stone. And on the fourth line, we got Josh Dunn centering Beck Malenstein and Jordan Greenway. Sam Carrick is injured. The defensive pairings. On the first pairing, we got Rasmus Dahlin and Matthias Samuelsson. The second pairing, we got Bowen Byram and Owen Power. And the third pairing, we got Logan Stanley and Zach Metsa. And in goal for the Buffalo Sabres, and this is important because, and I agree with Rome Hockey on this. I agree with Rome Hockey. He should be the guy to do it because he's been here for much of this drought. He's taken media criticism, fan criticism, how he isn't an NHL goalie. He can't make the playoffs. Ladies and gentlemen, in goal for the Buffalo Sabres, he wears number 1, Ukko, Pekka, Luukkonen. Let's break this drought tonight. Let's win in Ottawa. A win would give the Sabres 102 points, their most since the 06-07 season where they had 113 points. Buffalo's power play is 11 for 35, 31.4% in the last 12 games, 4th best in the league since March 8th. So they got to get it going on the power play, and we can win. We can win. Or not win, but we can clinch tonight with a win over Ottawa. That means Ottawa cannot catch us if we win tonight. So the Buffalo Sabres come in at 46, 21, and 8. The Ottawa Senators come in at 38, 26, and 10. It doesn't matter if we win in regulation, overtime, or shootout. It does not matter. A win, and we are in. So let's make them 38, 27, and 10, or 38, 26, and 11. So goals for Buffalo, 3.44. That's good for 7th in the NHL. For Ottawa, 3.30. That's 10th in the NHL. Goals against for the Sabres, 2.95. That's 10th. For the Senators, 3.09. That's 22nd in the NHL. Power plays for the Buffalo Sabres, 21.4%. That's 15th. So they're right in the middle of the league. For the Ottawa Senators, 22.4%. That's 11th in the NHL. Penalty kill. Buffalo, 81.7%. That's 5th. We have a top 5 penalty kill in the NHL. Ottawa, 74.5%. That's 30th in the NHL. Shots for the Sabres, 28.2. That's 16th. We're averaging 28.2 shots per game. That's 16th in the NHL. For the Senators, 28.9. That's 9th in the NHL. Points leaders for the Buffalo Sabres, Tage Thompson, 78 points. For the Ottawa Senators, Tim Stutzel, 76 points. Goals leader for Buffalo, Tage Thompson, 38 goals. And for Ottawa, Tim Stutzel, 32 goals. Ottawa figures to be motivated after Tuesday's 6-3 loss in Florida, which saw Linus Ullmark allow 5 in the first period. Goaltending has been an issue all season for the Ottawa Senators. They're just 2 points behind Columbus for the second wildcard spot, so they're going to want to beat the Buffalo Sabres. They're going to want to not let us get in tonight. But even with a point, we can still clinch and get in. Because I'm going to show you here and go over this here in just a second. The scenarios that can happen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so here it is. Win and you're in. And here's the scenarios right here. Here's the scenarios for us getting in. Scenario 1. If the Sabres defeat the Senators in any fashion, just any win, they clinch. Clinch scenario number 2. If the Sabres get at least 1 point versus the Senators, and the Flyers defeat the Red Wings in any fashion, and the Hurricanes defeat the Blue Jackets in any fashion, the Buffalo Sabres are in. You want to keep an eye on the Atlantic Division race as well tonight, with the Lightning and Canadiens both in action. This is the day we've been waiting for. Here's your Thursday viewing guide. This is the Eastern Conference standings right here. Look who's number 1 in the Atlantic, guys. Look who's number 1 in the Atlantic. Buffalo Sabres hockey. They can do it tonight, guys. But they got to have, and they know they can clinch it, but they got to have the mindset that this is just another game, just another win. You know, they can't let the ending the drought be on their mind. They got to treat this like just another game, but they have to be physical, because in the playoffs, teams are going to throw 70, 80, 90, 100 hits at you per game, and this team has to get physical, because if they don't, it'll be one and bye-bye. Hits matter. If you say hits don't matter, you don't know hockey, because watch the numbers in the playoffs. Out of every playoff team that's gone to the playoffs, watch the numbers. They hit, they hit, they hit, they hit, they hit, they hit, they hit. There's teams that have 125, 150 hits in the playoffs. And why? Because in the playoffs, it gets more physical. Teams play harder. Teams play more physical in the playoffs. Because they want to get by the tough teams, and sometimes beating a team means you have to be physical, and that's why we got Logan Stanley, that's why we got Luke Shen, that's why we got Jordan Greenway and Matthias Samuelsson, and even Peyton Krebs has been standing up, and that's why we got Sam Carrick, for the physicality in the playoffs. And ask Bowen Byram, he'll tell you, in the playoffs, you got to get physical. But anyways, guys, Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen can do it tonight for the Buffalo Sabres. Ukko-Pekka Luukkonen should be the guy to end this drought. Let's do it tonight in Ottawa, guys. They're going to be pumped up. They're going to want to beat us, and beat us badly. Like I said, the Buffalo Sabres coming at 46, 21, and 8. The Ottawa Senators coming at 38, 26, and 10. Let's improve to 47, 21, and 8. And let's get in. Let's get the 2 points and get into the playoffs. And then I don't think they'll relax the rest of the way, but knowing they're in, you know, they can not have to worry about if a loss or two happens that they're going to get knocked out. No. If they win tonight, that won't happen. They can go into next game against Washington a little bit relaxed, but they got to keep the mindset. We don't only want a playoff clinching, we want the division. We can win the division on Monday night, I believe, if we beat the Tampa Bay Lightning. But we have to keep winning. Even if we clinch tonight, they can relax against Washington. I don't think Lindy will let them, but I think that knowing that they're in the playoffs might ease their minds a little bit. But Lindy has to get it in their head. Don't relax. You know, we got to keep going. And, you know, keep digging down deep, because teams now, we're the hunted. All right, teams are hunting now. And let's see. We beat Ottawa in Buffalo back in October. On October 15th, we beat them 8-4. That was the first meeting. And let's see if this is the last meeting between them. Then we beat them in December in Ottawa 3-2. And then, so yep, this will be the final meeting. This is our third meeting of the season with Ottawa. We used to play our division a lot more. We used to play them, I think, like 8 times a year, but we don't anymore. But we can sweep this season series with the Ottawa Senators. And, of course, tonight we can clinch a playoff spot. So, guys, comment in the comment section below on what you think. And as always, if you like my videos, like, subscribe, and hit that bell notification so you don't miss a video. And the one I would like to see get the playoff clinching goal, Tage Thompson, number 72. Let's go. Let's win this game. Win, and you're in. So, guys, comment, like, subscribe. Go Sabres. Ukko, Pekka, Luukkonen. Get us in there. You've been here for a lot of this drought, and we want you to be the goalie that raises his stick and starts jumping up in the air when we clinch the playoffs. And we want you to be the guy to take us there. Guys, comment, like, subscribe. Go Sabres. Win and you're in. Let's clinch a playoff spot tonight.